everybody. This is another episode of Florida Lifestyle Podcast. And today we got some travelers that came through the metaverse and the web and came and gave us a visit today. And we're here with Adam and Pris, and they represent Beyond Monogamy, and they are actually from Texas. So welcome to them to Florida and our
Hey,
lifestyle, everybody, on our
Hey,
visitors pass to
yeah,
Florida.
I love that. What a great
yes.
welcome. I love
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you
good.
guys so much for traveling through the web.
That's right. I'm
Yeah.
exhausted.
Giving us a visit. So, explain a little about you guys yourself and what do you guys do? How the Texas scene is and more. I'll let you guys take the floor. So
Okay.
it's on you.
Okay. Let's see. We've been in the lifestyle for about 14 years. We've been married for 15 years. Um, it's the community here is pretty nice. It's pretty large. I'll let
Well, I mean,
Adam take over.
it has to be large. It's a large state. I mean, there's
Yes.
there's a lot of coverage. You know what I mean? I think San Antonio was actually listed as one of the, I think like the third largest swinger city
Mm,
in the
mm,
U.S., which I found was interesting. Like the community down there. We're in Central Texas, but we tend to travel down to San Antonio quite a bit. But I will say that she was actually in the lifestyle before we even got together. She just didn't know
oh,
that it had a name. So
really?
so she was with her ex, and it wasn't the greatest relationship, and she didn't really care for having sex with him, and she liked women.
Right.
So the lifestyle was just kind of perfect for her. Now, when we got together, she had told me about the stories, and I was like, okay, I think I want to try that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I had
Like,
a lot of
yeah.
threesomes,
So
though.
so sorry to interrupt. Did you guys meet in the lifestyle scene?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness, no. So, I am 4 years older than he is. He was actually
Okay.
best friends with my little sister,
yeah.
and they were just friends, and I was
Right.
already married when I came back, after my second marriage. I was in, the city that we lived in, which he still lived there, the way I grew up in, and he still lived there, and we met up at a bar just as friends, and I would invite him and like him out, and then all of a sudden it just kind of sparked, and
Two weeks later.
2 weeks
That's
later.
awesome.
And now
So,
it's been 15 years.
been 15 years.
Yeah.
That is awesome. See, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. You guys found the way to maneuver in a lifestyle too. With speaking, especially with you being through your second marriage, you got to
Yes.
find third time's a charm, right?
It
So you got to
is.
find, so you got to find something that you really wanted to gravitate to that fit your dynamic. You know.
Yeah, yeah, and
Absolutely.
it's been fun. It's, we've dabbled in swinging,
We were poly
we
for
were
about
poly
5
for a little
years.
bit, and then now we're just swingers, just kind of living whatever, kind of just going with the flow.
Well, we went through the journey. We started
Yeah,
off initially just being all about the experiences, right?
yeah.
Because when everybody
Okay.
starts, they want to get those experiences in. I've never had a threesome, I've never had a foursome, I've never done a gangbang, anything like that. And so
Yeah.
it's like they want to rush in to get these experiences, and they don't realize that there's a whole community of people that they can actually connect with and make
Yeah.
lifelong friendships with and things like that. I mean, it's like there's so many layers to that onion that once you start peeling it back, there's a lot to it, and
That is
so
true. That is
and
true.
that's what happened with us. I mean, when we started for the
Yes.
first, gosh, 5 years,
Yeah. About
it
5
was just
years.
about getting experiences, and we didn't make any friends, we didn't make any connections. It was just that. And
What they quote
then,
unquote call sport fucking.
yes,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
exactly what it
That's
was.
exactly what
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was. And so from there, I say we had friends that were in the lifestyle that were poly, and they explained to us what that was. And I said, I can dig that.
I'm
Like,
gonna push for that.
hey, it is what it is. I will say that I liked the ability to date others, and I like having connections with people in that way. And so it was really kind of a fun idea for me. I didn't realize that she was not on the same page as me. And so we did this for about 5 years, and it was very mismatched. It was very difficult 5 years because we were not on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was good with dating others and she was not, and I was successful with dating others and she wasn't, you know. It
This
was
is
this.
a great story. So you guys worked through your challenges through these 5 years of
Yes.
your first encounter of the lifestyle. That's what
Oh
Yes.
you're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So
Okay.
5 years of the swinging, and then we did like 5 years of poly, and then now we're here.
Yeah. So we always said that if we were gonna go into the lifestyle or we were gonna be poly, the moment any one of us says, I want to stop, it's
Yeah.
no questions asked. We just stop.
And so one day I was like, I don't want to do poly anymore, and we didn't. We just
Yeah, we
stopped.
just stopped. I said,
So
okay, that's fine. And we stopped.
we took a little break,
Was
and
it
then
was it too much of a stress for
um
your relationship, or
it
was you
so
guys like all in the house poly, or how was
oh
the
no,
dynamic?
so he dated and I dated. I didn't like sharing him romantically with anybody.
Okay,
So I can share him sexually with anybody and friends with benefits, but romance I didn't care for. And
okay,
that's where it was leading to, and I only dated women, didn't care for
okay,
that. And so, and on top of that, I'm 47, so I was going through menopause as we were doing poly. So my
Yeah.
hormones were up here, my emotions were up here, and it didn't sit well with me. And so one day we were having a disagreement about totally something off the wall, nothing to do with poly or anything. And I just looked at him and I was like, I don't want to do poly anymore. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. And he's like, okay. And so we just stopped.
Cool.
So it was just emotionally not my thing. He was fine with it. I just did not. I didn't like the romance that went behind it.
right.
Yeah.
And that's a explanation because it tells the audience a lot on how different people navigate the situation.
Exactly.
Very
Yeah.
That was very interesting, on how you guys explain your relationship and how it started off as a two-sport thing. Because me and my wife been in a relationship for years, but been in the life of it, and it got off as the experience. Like you want to just get all the fun, get all the fun, and I'm still kind of the fun guy, but out is
Yeah.
more condensed, and she's getting more on the slow speed. Even though she still has the same preference of fun, it's a slower pace. Who we interacting with and interact, and so it's a dynamic that I definitely understand over time because you have that connection with people.
Yeah, that connection really makes a difference sometimes. I mean, for me, so that's where we're different and we've been different for several years. But she's starting to change on is that I've always been a connection guy. So I can't operate very well off of just first time meeting, let's get into it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna be turned on. Like this, I operate off of knowing somebody wants me. That's what turns me on. So I can't know that with a stranger, but with a person that I've been talking to for a while and I've become
Okay.
friends with, I know that person wants me, then forget it. I'm going to be turned on. I'm be ready to go,
Yeah. It works a little different with
Correct. With
me.
the central interest.
Yeah, it works a little different with me. I'm not transactional. I used to say I was transactional, but I can meet somebody and know if I'm going to vibe with them. We can chat for a little bit same day, and if we're good, we're good. We can go play.
Yeah.
So I'm a little
Right.
different. I think it's easier for women to be that way with some women. I feel like, it's or actually just some women and some men. Like you just go at it and just be like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's your individual personality
Yeah.
preference.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm kind of 50-50. I have my
Yeah.
moments when I could just run and gun, but I definitely understand the connection when you feel like I'm more run and gun with like party situations or if I
Yes.
want to do male, female, male, because you know the guys, they always hot for your wife. So they like, all right,
Right.
let's go into it.
Let's do it.
But when it does come to me playing with women or something, it does. It's like you want to feel more connected with somebody and definitely, feel like they into you, instead of you just running and gunning sometimes.
Yeah.
Te-
No, that's true.
I could understand definitely on that, Adam. So
Yeah. Well,
I can understand both aspects.
I'm a pleaser. So I get off to pleasing the person that I'm with.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
if I don't know them, then I don't know how to properly please them right. Or even really care because I don't know them, you know what I mean? So
Right.
the connection just changes everything for me.
So did that spark your interest in getting in the lifestyle, being a pleaser?
No, actually, as basic as it sounds, my interest in the lifestyle was having sex with other people. Like as far as I know
Yeah.
that sounds really
Hey,
silly, but
hey, nothing better than simpler. No, no, it's not silly.
but for
That's
I
the end
always
result.
exactly. I always tell Pris that I'm a I love a buffet. If we go out to eat, I love a buffet. Now, I can't eat a whole lot at the buffet. So what I end up doing is I get a big plate and I put a little bit of everything on there and I sit down and I eat a little bit of everything, right? The lifestyle's the same way. So I'm like, okay, look at her, man. She's different. They're all different. They're all
Yeah,
different. And they're
yeah,
all it's like the variety, man. You can have
yeah.
your
That is the key. Ladies out there, if you're watching, please know there's not one particular taste in men. I'm
no,
sorry. I think
no.
women in the lifestyle figured it out, but
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
not two with a lifestyle partner and you're like a unicorn or something and you want to find a lifestyle guy, be aware that there's not one flavor in our men's menu.
There's really not. There's
There
really
You
isn't.
not,
never know until you see it. It's like you don't know what type you like until you see it, and you're like, "Oh, I like that type."
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's real surprising things like, you can find somebody that you've lusted after for years and she's like the hottest person you've ever seen and you have sex with her and it's disappointing. Or you can find somebody that maybe you're only mildly attracted to and all of a sudden that's the mind-blowing sex that you've ever had. You just
Yes,
never know.
Yeah.
Really. It's kind of fun finding out.
yes, it is fun
Yeah.
finding out. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, with the Beyond Monogamy, what are you guys is teaching? What are you guys are hosting? Let the community know about what you guys got going on with the Beyond Monogamy situation.
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not a podcast listener. I've never have been.
Okay.
She was the podcast listener. I had zero interest in doing this initially. For the longest time, I had no interest. It was just going to be a little hobby. It was something to make her happy, essentially.
Okay.
But as we started in the lifestyle, really, we've always had these conversations, especially when we got done with poly. When we stopped being poly, we learned how to really communicate, like really openly communicate without any judgment, without any kind of fear of what the backlash is going to be. We were able to do that. And so we take a lot of trips places. We have these great conversations about things that happen in the lifestyle. And it's always been really interesting because sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't. And I'm a big research nerd. So I researched every aspect of the lifestyle and every aspect of poly before we even tried it.
Yeah.
And so we got to try out all of these different experiences. And as we talked about it, she would always say, we need to turn this into a
Just hit
podcast.
record.
We
Like
need to hit
just
record.
start
Yeah.
listening, right?
And
So
and have this a podcast. And I said, no, I don't want to do that, And it was 2020. It was the midst of the pandemic. We were on lockdown. We had nothing better to do. And she convinced me and I said, okay, why not? And so I bought the stuff. I hooked it all up when she wasn't paying attention. And I did a test run in the closet. And I said, this is horrible.
he's like, nope.
We're not doing this. I can't do this. Like, and I packed up everything and I put it away
And it stayed in there. It stayed in there for till last year.
till literally the end of last year.
Our friend started a podcast and asked him to co-host. And so he went and co-hosted this podcast
Oh.
on the lifestyle. And he came back.
No,
and
hang on a second. I want to point something out.
back. And I was like, no. you're doing a podcast with me.
Yes,
We're
that's
doing
true.
this. So figure this out.
So
Let's
I
connect it.
wasn't initially the co-host. I had a friend of mine who was like, I'm going to start a podcast. And I'm that guy who people come to with ideas because I'm the hype man. Like, I'm like, yes,
Right.
that is a great idea. Do that.
Inspirational.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Yes.
the community needs people who are willing to talk about their experiences, because there's a lot of new people in there who don't know what's going on. And so they
Correct.
can
Correct.
learn from your past experiences. So I was like, yes, do that. Well, his first guest flaked on him, and he doesn't live far from me. So he called me up and he's like, hey, do you think you can be my first guest? And I said, yeah, sure. And so we sat down, we did a live podcast. And afterwards he was like, that was great. We had great chemistry. You got to be my new co-host.
And that was
And
it.
I begrudgingly said yes, because I don't know how to tell people no. And I had to come home and tell this woman, I am now the co-host of a podcast, after I told her we weren't going to do a podcast. And I knew what her reaction was going to be. And it was basically, really, mofo? Like, we have our stuff in the closet after I told you to do it, and now you're doing it with
Right.
somebody else.
Right.
So she made a good point, and I said, fine, let's do this. And I said, if we're going to do this, we need to just hit record and just go.
And we did.
And we did.
And
Yeah.
that's good though, because that inspired you to take the leap to where you needed to go.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
exactly.
it really did.
Exactly.
It took
So-
us on a whole journey. So the podcast itself has been a journey.
Yeah. And we just kind of go over things that we meet and greets that we go to in our community, our experiences. Other people will tell us their experiences and they want to talk about it on the show. And so we'll do shows on that.
It's really meant more education,
Education,
you know, and
our experiences. Like we're not,
It's- our
counselors
sexual
and stuff.
experience, our relationship, and how we deal with each other.
That is great.
That's a lot of stuff that seems so basic, but when you're in the lifestyle, that's like expert level stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
nobody communicates very well until you're put to the test. And
Yes. Correct.
nobody knows how to deal with uncomfortable situations
Until you're inside.
until you're in it.
So
Yeah.
And that is great. Oh, do you guys have the podcast on platforms such as Apple and stuff of that nature?
we do.
We're everywhere.
We're
We're
everywhere. We're on
Okay.
So
Spotify.
Yeah, we're on our second season. The first season was an audio only podcast, and we were on
Okay.
all the major platforms. So like Pris was saying, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Spotify, Pandora.
Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, pretty much wherever
Awesome.
you can stream.
Awesome.
As of season 2, which we started at a
July, I
couple
think.
months ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. We started season 2, and we're incorporating video now, as you can see. This is our
Yes.
this is our set.
Radio station.
Yeah, so we're on
Okay.
YouTube, and we are on fullswapradio.com. They have us on Thursdays from at 2 p.m. and at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
So I
Yeah.
hope you guys out there hearing, who's watching, is getting that information. You could catch Beyond Monogamy on Swing. What was that again?
On Full Swap Radio. And
Full
then
Swap Radio.
Yeah,
Yes.
and really the mega of it is if they go to www.beyond-monogamy.com. That's
It will
our
be link in the description. Link in the
Awesome.
description.
Yeah, that
Good.
is actually
Yeah.
our main hub. That's our website. It has all of our shows, including the video shows. It has all of our social media platforms. There's actually a place where people can leave us voicemails,
Right.
and they can contact us. They can ask that. There's a form if they want to be a guest on the show.
yeah.
So really, that website is the link to everything.
And we'll have a calendar up on different events that we're going to be attending in the area. So
Yeah.
And this is great. You guys are very insightful. You have great outreach to the community so they can get in contact with you. And that is very important because everybody has questions and they need help. And we need different people to run to get help. It's not just one person. We could take advice from everybody and put it in our melting pot of our learning.
that is
So
exactly true.
if you guys need help and want to get help, you could check the link in the description. And I got where you could contact Monogamy and you could talk to Adam and Pris about anything that you guys have to talk about. Like they said, you can leave voicemails. You know,
Absolutely.
that is
Yeah,
an
and
amazing
we have
access,
we
and
have shows that they do that.
grateful as a lifestyle that you guys have that for us in the community.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're all about the community. So that's our thing.
Right. That is so amazing. Like amazing talking to different people with different dynamics. So over there in Texas, what would be if when we come from Florida and we travel out of the metaverse into the real universe
Yes.
and we go to your guys' state, where's some good hot spots that we can hit up to meet other
So
lifestylers like local clubs and stuff?
yeah, there are 2 clubs in San Antonio. One is Eden,
Yeah.
and the other one it's called Colette's now. There's one in San Antonio. They have the 2, and then Colette's also has one in Austin.
And there's an Eden in
And
Dallas,
there's an
Fort
Eden
Worth
in
area.
Dallas. So the ones that we attend are only the ones in San Antonio and Austin.
But
Our
we're going to be doing more traveling now.
Yeah.
In Houston, there's a couple of clubs out there. We haven't really attended them, unfortunately. I know one of them is a club called TNG. That one's a pretty hot spot. But
Okay.
those are primarily the spots around Texas as far as
Okay.
clubs are concerned.
Yeah.
But wherever we're at, that's the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you know what I'm saying? I
that's,
agree with you, brother.
that's right. That's wherever we're at.
Because we are
You gonna make
traveling.
the party.
So you just let me
Yeah,
know if you come to Florida. You go to that website, and we'll
yeah,
take you to the spot. You know,
Yes.
yeah, definitely right. So that's exactly go to Beyond Monogamy in the description. And when you guys want to travel to Texas, they could take you on a guide and take you on a tour. You know what I'm saying? And you guys could work out somewhere you guys could travel in with them and they could show you around to the lifestyle spots and give you a lifestyle experience that you are looking for.
for sure, for
Right?
sure.
It'll be fun. Yes.
And you know, we're looking to make some connections in other
In different
states because
states.
we're going to different communities and we're trying to meet other people in other
Yeah.
communities.
So
So
have you
so
guys ever been to Florida before?
Oh, a family trip,
yeah, not
but
LS related.
not LS
Which
related. We heard y'all have some really good areas
everybody
there.
keeps talking about secrets.
Oh, that is the hot spot.
That's what I hear.
Yes,
Everybody
that
We
is
talks
got
about
we
secrets.
that
gotta
is
try
yes.
secrets.
Everybody talks about it because they give a very great experience for people in the lifestyle, and it's very fast paced for people who are faster paced, and it's a great environment to meet people. And also, they have Caliente, which is located in Lutz, and they have
Caliente.
also Paradise Lakes, which is
Oh,
good.
okay.
And they have a couple of nudist RV resorts. And my wife recently, 2 weeks ago, went to Eden RV Resort. It was pretty nice. You know,
Yeah.
it's elder community, but it's a nice. I just like anything style related. Like it's more
Yeah.
nudist
Same.
based.
Yeah.
Same.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's more nudist based. But I'm not there to always play with people. I'm just there to enjoy it. What can you do better than naked in public?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And not only that, but the community is so
Hanging with
not
friends, right?
judgmental.
Yeah, they're
You
not
know,
judging.
there's never any
Yeah.
judgment. You can feel comfortable around everybody whenever it's
In your
LS
own
related.
skin. Right,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
all type of body shapes, all type of different ethnicities, it makes you like acceptable, and it shows how people accept each other on a different level.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
Absolutely.
really does.
I love it. No,
Now,
that's one of the best things.
now before we head out, I want to ask you guys one more question. What do you think about when you hear Florida lifestyle? What comes to your mind?
Huh.
Well,
A lot of
you.
suntan people. A lot of heat. It is hot in Florida.
It is hot in Florida.
You know, honestly, I think of when I hear Florida and lifestyle people, I don't know what it is, but I think of all these older people riding these little golf carts with these little
You talking about that retirement
I
community out in
guess
Florida that
The villagers.
yeah,
I
you know what
guess
I'm
so.
talking
I'm
about,
like,
the
man, I wanna go
villages.
visit these people because they just yeah, so that's exactly what I think of.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
asked.
Oh, well,
gosh.
wait till you guys come to Florida.
Oh man.
Yes, we're
The
actually
villages
making a
will be the
trip.
last thing you think of.
I thought you were going to say it's going to be the last stop on the list.
Yeah, it would be the last destination you would think of when you hit some of these places, man.
Okay.
Old folks in golf carts, yeah, they got some of them, but in the midst of it, it's a lot of things going on.
Oh no.
All I know is I'm going to need a hip replacement after I'm done with Florida.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad that you guys have joined, and I'm glad you guys came on our vacation pass to come to Florida through the metaverse and come on the web and contact us and show the world what you guys have to offer to the lifestyle community. This was a great and powerful conversation, and I'm glad that you guys have came on and gave me
Thank
the
you.
opportunity to talk to you. Like,
Yeah.
Thank you for
I
having
Yeah,
love
thank
the
you for having
lifestyle. That's
so
why I
too.
created the brand. The brand is to represent Florida as a whole, because
Yeah.
everybody has groups, but this is as a whole. This is
Yeah.
a community as
I
one.
scoped out your stuff earlier today.
Yeah, I
Got
was
some
like,
good
I need a
stuff.
Florida shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I also created a visitor's pass
Love it.
inspired by
that.
you guys and
I love
others.
it.
Somebody else asked, they was like, excuse me, they said, do you got any merch for people out of town? With somebody was from Ohio, like, can you make me an Ohio shirt? And I was like, well, I created something on the site and was like, yo, we have an offer for you now, that can get everyone a custom shirt for their state. No two shirts come out the same. So it's only a limited time offer and it's exclusive. No two shirts come out the same. So if you order two shirts, they would not be the same print. And it's just to represent your state with your lifestyle. It's like team shirts,
I
I
love
love
it.
that.
It's great. No, yeah, we
That's
looked at your stuff, so
yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Thank you
I-
so much. It's
Yeah.
it's all out of love,
Yeah.
really.
Let me know if you can make like the shirt that you're wearing there, but with Beyond Monogamy above it or below it.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
I would
Yeah.
actually, I would love that.
cool.
Okay.
We're trying to turn to different community members who make merch to make us a special one of a kind Beyond Monogamy whatever it is they make. So
Right.
with that being your whole trademark, tossing Beyond Monogamy on there, that'd be a great piece of merch that we could add.
That will be nice. I thank you for that opportunity. I'm
Yes.
grateful.
Yeah.
Networking is how we all gonna get farther.
Exactly. Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
That's why
Yes.
when I do the podcast, I'm like, you guys got the floor. Like, everybody, I let them have the floor because it's bigger than me.
Absolutely.
This is about the community. This community really changed my aspect on life. I know I'm elaborating a little bit before we go, but I'm sorry,
I don't know.
Okay.
but yeah, I actually grew up around a lot of marriages, long-term relationships. Some people grew up opposite, but I grew up in around a lot of relationships. Some didn't last as long, but majority of them lasted 20 plus years. And I seen a lot of infidelity in situations, a lot of secrets in situations. And then I got with my wife at a young age when I was a teenager. And we ran into our times as children, infidelity and things of that nature. So I noticed I made a decision that going further in my life that I didn't want me and her to have a situation where we can't be open with what we want out of life and the things that we desire. And then after I grew into that with her, it just became more of me self-identifying with that's who I was naturally am because I always love to love
Yeah.
and I
I'm the
always
same
love
way.
to share. The only part is I ask is truth. I don't care really about the thing. It's about the truth of the thing, the transparency, so we can have an understanding and we know where we're standing as one foundation as a relationship.
Right.
And that's what transformed me into the lifestyle. And I told my wife, together, not together. Unfortunately, like I don't, God forbid that ever happens. But this is what I'm basically stating to her is that this is my self-identification,
For
and
sure.
I can't go back because I
Right.
found the way of love that gives me peace. And I found a way to give a partner peace in a secure place to be themselves. And that's what the lifestyle is about. And I appreciate you guys falling in love together and giving each other a secure space to fall in love with each other, because you guys been through other love experiences before and didn't get to have that. And now you guys, 15 years deep, get to share that. So
Absolutely.
No, it's fun. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank
up
you. You
for your
too.
love.
Thanks
You
a lot.
too.
You know, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes. So if you guys want to contact Beyond Monogamy, again, in the link in the description. And this is Florida, and this is our lifestyle, baby. We love you. Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll
Thank
talk
you.
soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.